Bitcoin is right now still in the midst of this next consolidation phase, and while we're right now creating a new CME gap over the course of this weekend, I need to talk about what the next targets are here on the imminent short term, but also here on the bigger perspective. So in today's update video, I will be doing a deep dive in the exact price action of Bitcoin which it is currently creating, what is likely to be happening next year on this consolidation phase here, and much more important charts, including the fact where we're currently standing in the cycle, will be discussed on today's update video. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1000 likes, will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards this video. And just like I exactly stated on yesterday's video, we're creating a CME gap, and due to the fact that we are creating one, and since like 99% of the times this tends to be happening, we're expecting that Bitcoin is going to be hovering around this price, and if it isn't, we're expecting that on Monday or potentially on Tuesday, we're going to be filling up this exact gap here. Further on, currently on the imminent short term, Bitcoin is right now creating somewhat of a symmetrical triangle. However, just like I stated earlier, we are creating that CME gap, so any breakout from off this point here, honestly, is most likely going to be a fake out, but we are seeing somewhat of a compression getting created, where Bitcoin indeed is creating higher lows on the lower side and lower highs on the top side. So that is a very important consolidation phase I'm currently seeing here, and really whenever this is going to be breaking out here, so whenever we're going to be breaking the downtrend or either the uptrend, is for me going to give the confirmation we are of course heading towards higher highs or potentially lower lows. So that is what we're currently seeing here on the imminent short term. However, on the bigger perspective, just like I said on yesterday's video and the videos before that as well, we're creating a major consolidation phase where, of course, Bitcoin is creating higher lows every single time, lower highs as well on the top side. And basically what we're seeing here on the bigger perspective is a major consolidation phase here on the symmetrical triangle. Whenever this symmetrical triangle is going to be breaking out here, whether it's going to be a break below the upper sloping support line or a break below the downward sloping resistance line, is where we're going to call for that next major move in the market. So this is where I'm looking out for right now on Bitcoin in terms of the daily time frame. Also looking at the higher time frames, we're seeing some consolidation. Currently, to be exact, we're consolidating in this pattern for exactly 62 days right now here. We're consolidating exactly between the highs and lows here, and every single time we did touch this support box right here, Bitcoin has seen some significant bounces from this level. So yeah, once again, we saw a bounce happening from this level, and I weren't necessarily all too surprised that this was of course happening. Further on, we can see that Bitcoin is right now retesting that exact 1.618 on the Fibonacci. This is a major level of resistance, so it is not that weird that we're seeing some rejections coming in here. And if we're going to compare this previous consolidation phase of Bitcoin right here towards the one we're currently seeing, they actually have a lot of similarities between each other. And also, if we're looking back at Bitcoin, back in the summer of 2023, we saw a major consolidation, then a breakout towards the upside, a small correction and some new consolidation, and then another move higher. And then we saw once again a very long period of consolidation. To be exact, this consolidation between $70,000 and $50,000 lasted for about 9 months here in a row. After that consolidation, we had the breakout towards the upside up towards $110,000, and now once again we're seeing some slight consolidation. And yes, this is very similar towards back in the beginning of 2024, where we were also seeing some slight consolidation before having another move higher. And honestly, it does really make a lot of sense here to see some consolidation before having another major rally higher. So yeah, really, the next move for Bitcoin is quite inevitable, and if you're just looking at the weekly time frame, it does really look like it can still move much further. And yes, if we're going to be looking at the previous cycles from Bitcoin, compare them to each other here, guys, this cycle is very comparable towards the second cycle. So that was 2016 towards 2020. So that was the bull run of 2016 and 2017. We're seeing a very similar stage where we're currently sitting in. We're seeing very similar performance, and honestly, if we're not only looking at this cycle, but also at all the previous ones here, it doesn't really make a lot of sense that we are right now topping out, since Bitcoin is usually topping out around 400 to 600 days after the halving, and right now we're not even 300 days after the halving, and that is really giving us the confirmation that still likely we are not topped out for this market right now here. And honestly, if we're looking at also the Bitcoin dominance, guys, it is really also about to be looking like we're going to get a major altcoin season, and usually a major altcoin season is going to spike even more interest in crypto, and that ultimately is going to cause more money to flow in towards Bitcoin and crypto in general. So very excited for that here. And also right now, Many people are thinking Bitcoin is looking bearish. We're creating a head and shoulders pattern. We're creating a bearish divergence. We're creating bearish momentum on the RSI. But in fact, most of these times here, while we were about to be exploding, these are major bear traps that we tend to be creating for Bitcoin. And honestly, you can see it also on this chart right here. And yeah, if we're just looking at the retail investor volume from 0 to 10,000 US dollars demand, we can see that clearly there's almost no demand from small investors, or basically said retail investors. So honestly, while the interest is very, very particularly low here, it does also always allow very good opportunities. And if you're going to compare these times where it was so low, the interest, you saw it happening right here at the bottom right here on $30,000 before we went up to 70,000 US dollars. And you saw it over here in the bottom right here. You saw it in the bottom right here. Every single time this is very low, it is usually a very good opportunity to accumulate some more Bitcoin. And of course, it's not necessarily always like this, but most of the times, whenever it dips so low, it is a very great opportunity to accumulate here. And honestly, I do really think that all the times, like, I'm looking at all these indicators and everything is suggesting the bull market is not over yet here. I mean, if you're looking at the 4-year cycle and if you still believe in it, it is not making any sense that we're right now going to be topping out here. And I am currently a believer in the 4-year cycle until it's proven otherwise. And guys, if you right now want to be trading Bitcoin, cryptos, first of all, make sure to check out if Blofin is available in your region. But if it's available in your region to sign up an account, check it out in the link description of today's video, because Blofin allows you to trade cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin with leverage. And also, if you right now sign up an account using that link below, guys, you can claim this insane 100,000 US dollar deposit bonus on the exchange here, which is of course absolutely massive. So check it out in the link description of today's video if you are interested in trading. Further on, I do want to be discussing the fact that, of course, the Bitcoin dominance, just like I stated, is creating a lower high right now. And every single time it has done in the past, it usually has indicated a shift in momentum happening afterwards for not only Bitcoin, but also for the altcoins, obviously. So we're seeing a death cross taking place right now here. And really, whenever altcoin season is going to take place here, we're going to make some massive gains here. And if you don't know already, I've positioned myself in multi-million-dollar trades on multiple altcoins. And really, whenever these altcoins are going to be exploding, I am set to make millions of dollars, since I do believe there are a lot of altcoins right now in the market available, which are valued quite particularly low here. And I've opened up like 2 to 3x leverage trades on all of those altcoins. And whenever the prices go up here, I'm just going to take out my margin. And of course, that way I'm going to be benefiting from these very great trades. Then also, once again, looking back at the Bitcoin season index and the altcoin season index, we can see that currently it's still clearly Bitcoin season. Altcoin is not really performing that strongly right now here, to be honest, but of course Ethereum really also shows, if you're looking at this chart right now here, it is truly calm before the storm here. And yeah, you can see also on this chart right here, and of course I showed many charts before as well, the MVRVZ score is extremely low right now here. We're breaking out of this bull flag pattern and we're literally retesting it right now, and ultimately this is looking very strong here, because you can see this blue line right here. You can draw it like this. You can see a bull flag pattern is breaking out right now here on the bigger perspective. This is honestly one of the worst timings to be actually fading Ethereum, especially. And Bitcoin, of course, is just consolidating right here in this region. Tomorrow, it's Monday. Tomorrow, we're going to see more volume return on the market. Honestly, it's going to be very important to see what Bitcoin is going to be doing next year, because if we're looking at the lower time frames, you can see that currently, yeah, Bitcoin had, of course, a steep decline in price, but now it's slightly creeping up again here. So we're about to be having a decision whether we're going to be breaking up again or whether we're going to create another lower low, right? So it's very important what we're currently seeing. I mean, the pattern is looking quite bearish in my opinion, but of course, if we can still see a breakout towards the upside, it would ultimately give the reversal for Bitcoin. So looking closer towards the pattern, what is about to be happening next year, because this pattern is going to really tell us the story for, yeah, how Bitcoin is going to unfold probably for the opening days of the next week here. So guys, this is it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy it, learn something from it, don't forget to slap up that like button on today's update video, and I'll see you guys back again tomorrow on another update video. Peace out. Goodbye.